Welcome back to Factorio SpaceX Extreme, where we are in, well, this final spaceship construction phase. And as we've moved from a very centralized system early on in the game um, to more and more decentralized, as we've finally had a little bit of space in this very congested rail world. I guess it could be a rail world if you only have little small 121s or something. But when all your trains are 383s and you are running with fantastical numbers of resources needed, it really is not nearly big enough. Very claustrophobic in terms of a large sprawling megabase. Let's just take a look at the map for a moment and see just how big. I mean, this is our solid main base, completely separate oil processing. All the smelting is now done remotely. We have specialized steel here, iron with steel at the top, copper, stone brick, another iron with steel, copper, another iron with steel, copper, a decentralized green circuit production, and some of our original mines. Some of them are dying fast. It looks like this one is very close to death. Iron 6 needs to be cleaned up. Some of the more distant ones still have some capacity left. And of course the specialized new ones that we brought on still have a little bit of life. Wow, look at this. Oh dear, that stone patch is doing fine. This bit of stone is still okay. That copper is still doing fine. This outpost is doing fine. We actually have quite a bit of iron out this way, so we should be able to keep feeding this iron for as long as we need. This iron is the only one that I've fully tuned, the only one of these stacks that I've fully tuned. Before a redesign, I have mentioned before that if we want to absolutely optimize our draw from here, we would need to put in a pre-stacker and move all of this part way over here, which we could do, and maybe just for an academic exercise and in preparation of future, I might even do that, because these things are taking a while to process, so we probably have a bit of time. So what have I done since last time? Well, I'm very concerned that protection fields is moving so slowly. So I have come in to the main base. This is where the protection fields is being built. We still haven't finished one. They need 1600 of the Mark II shields. So we've got these double sets of building the shields. That wasn't nearly enough. So I've gone over here and I've whacked in a few more sets of the Let's Build Mark II shields solely to supply yeah, they're supplied via these passive chests solely to supply our build of the SpaceX protection field, which, given the extreme game we're playing, requires 1600 of the Mark II shield. Not the most expensive component by any means. Our most expensive, I do believe, still is the FTL drive, which requires a whopping almost 3/4 processing units, 19 million copper, 6.2 million plastic, 16,000 steel, 8.6 million iron. It's basically 8,000 of all of the level 3 modules, 1,600 low density structures, and a further 8,000 processing units. And it is processing units that is holding us up. If we have a look at the main base volumes of Resources, we're fine with iron and copper, as always. Electronic circuits is actually dropping at the moment, it looks like. But going straight to the bottom, we pushed red circuit consumption too hard on our processing unit build, and also I think we're back to steel being an issue. Yes, there is no steel. So if we have a look at process, like 1 minute 41,000, this went up too high, we couldn't keep up. So we've actually dropped off to about 8,500 processing units a minute rather than the 13,000 we were pushing up to. But that's fine. These numbers kind of jump around quite a lot because now train deliveries kind of change whether we're running the main base part or not. So it kind of semi-buffers a bit, then drains, and semi-buffers a bit, then drains. So at the moment it's trying to buffer back up. 243,000 green circuits a minute. For some reason, this is again, probably because of issues down here, we've again dropped below the 400,000 plate barrier, which is annoying, but never mind. So I'm over here with the engineering train, this being the independent steel. And of course, as soon as I pull up and stop and back up a little bit, a iron train decides it wants to park in my rear, and that causes fun and games. Is this constantly getting redamaged or something? I don't know. Doesn't matter. So anyway, what I want to do is rework this area. Oh, I need to be a little bit careful. I don't want to break the logic on this thing. Which is using a green wire. So we need to preserve the green wire if we can. What I do want to do is put in that. I'm guessing the green wire information has not been preserved just here. So we do need that. I'll put the red across as well, not that I especially need it, I don't think. Now, are we able to run that one anywhere sensible? Let's get rid of that stuff for the moment. That would probably be okay if we had it signaled correctly. Should be that. We can't get a signal there. But otherwise it should be okay, because we shouldn't have too much stuff coming up here anyway. Let me just put one of those in there. Like that. Now, I am doing this exercise. I believe I've mentioned it before. The exercise that I'm trying to do now is to bring on board independent steel, this part down here. So the top part is working, but the bottom part doesn't get served at all because these are all same named along with the stations here at the main base and the stations at steel here. So what we're trying to do is provide a shorter route than having to go here, down here, along here, down around, and then in. If we can provide instead down here, along here, then down and in, it might be sufficiently shorter to encourage more to come in here and to maximize the use of the steel. That at least is the hope. So it does appear that since steel is in shortage again, this is our next priority, so that is why we're doing it. And probably, I know, we're already letting an iron train through, so that's good. See if we can undercut the stone here. Which probably really only gets drawn now for train track. Because we, oh, excuse me. That's better. Now, we process stone brick from another stone facility. So the only other thing that really uses stone is track. And it'll be interesting to see how much more track it kind of seems that we will likely need. I think we need to do a little bit of tree pruning. Let's get rid of all of that. And find... I don't know if I care if I go through that. It's a 1400. Oh, what's this train? They're independent steel as well. Independent steel weight. Or green. Are you not getting a green signal? No, you are not. Alright, let's back up, fix up the steel there, because that will exacerbate our problem even more. Rather than fix it, and that is definitely not what we want to be doing. Yes, you go and fix up that locomotive, very good. So we need a green wire running from there to here. Doesn't appear to be offering a green signal because it comes from here and that one's not connected up, which is now where is our connection? So that's getting a green signal. That one is not. What? Oh, because it goes out here. Ah, of course. I have connected up to the wrong set of signals. That is the problem. Okay, so this one comes up here, comes up here. Right. So we will have to not worry about that. I might just put down something that's very clearly different. Run this signal from here to here, to here, to here, and disconnect that one. That's what we need. Now, that should alleviate this one to come in. I think that's another steel train. It is. That's fine. Let us get on with the show. I like to be at the front. It's a lot easier to drive these things forward than it is to work out the angle that you want to turn them on. So what I was saying is I don't think I care too much whether I drive through that oil patch. We have much better oil patches on the map, which we will probably tap in due course. Let's lay that down. Oops, damn it. I really shouldn't do that while we move. Doesn't work the best. Now let's go back to trees only. Carve out a gap through there. And back to our blueprint. This 14 times bot speed is very good. I am very happy that's part of the base game now. I have actually used cargo carrying capacity and increased that from the 4 you normally get to, well, a bonus of 11, which means a cargo carrying capacity on the bots of 12. I did it solely for the UPS benefit of having less bots, especially with the highly centralized base that we pretty much had to have. That didn't work the way I wanted it to. I moved at the last minute, so let's just get rid of that and try that one again. Right, we're getting very close to the road. Get rid of all these stupid trees. And this is the blueprint that I wish to use, because that is my carefully engineered version. Right, when we get half a chance, I will make a break up here, like so, and then connect that up like so. Now these things always never quite match up, so it's always necessary to run. Yeah, I keep talking about trying to fix up my bots, but when you're running at 30 UPS, the way to fix it up would be to lose some legs and add in more fusion reactors, because when the bots have all charged up, they drain the portable bots inside your... They drain these things, and notice how it's slowly picking up now. If I had more of these, that recharge would be faster, and therefore the bots would work for longer. So, oh dear, we're carrying a signal that I probably don't want us to. Let me jump on board here, back up, just make sure that the independent signal from back over here remains independent. I'm probably causing a problem by not finishing that, but let's deal with this first. While I think about it, I definitely want to disconnect. Whoops. This guy is proving to be annoying. Right, I definitely do not want the this green signal to be carried over there. So well, I don't think it is actually. I don't know where that 125 is coming from. Right. If I don't know where it comes from, I don't care about it. So that is fine. Let us get some more of those. Oh, we did have some, so that's good. We've got plenty of these, that's good. We need some more of those. We definitely don't need that wood or that stone. Right. Nothing interesting launched. It'd be quite nice for some more of these to finish up, because then obviously more resources are available for the ones left behind. So let's just get up here. Now, yeah, bots, finish all of this. Carry on. This one doesn't appear to have connected. Easy to fix. Over there it does look like everything's connected. Okay, so does this mean that we have trains willing to come and... No, it does not. Not yet anyway. Oh, I'm blocking a train too. I think that's all I need the engineering train over here for now, so let's run it back to engineering unload, just to get it out of the way. And while it gets out of the way, I want to observe the impact. I am hoping we get some iron plate wests down here. That is my fervent hope. And with a bit of luck, these guys will start going out. Oh, that's right, they go all the way over there, don't they? I need to change the corner there. Let me jump off and run down and fix that departure corner. It's not where we want it. Or is it? Before I get too carried away. No, the iron trains, they... That is an iron train, isn't it? Yeah, they do. So I don't need... Yeah, I don't need that corner at all. I just need it going this way. Right, let's do that. That little fix. This is the stone. I didn't like this corner anyway, so it'll be good to fix it. It's all sort of too much, but just going in here would be a lot better. There we go. So if you, instead of that, do... that's not going to work. Let's just back up. Do that. And change these signals from... That one's not going to work. Let's use the picking tool for that. Now we hopefully have a situation where iron trains from over here will come down and fill in here, and I need to observe to see if that happens, because otherwise I've kind of wasted time with building this, and I'd prefer that not to be the case. So let's see. That looks like a steel train returning from its trip. How's that one doing? 22, long way off. So how are the iron trains doing? Well, they're filling in up here at the moment. Here we go, here's a candidate. Of course, it's probably still going to do the top one if it goes down there. What are you, in fact? Copper. Oh, something else that I need. I need a radar in that intersection so that everything is revealed. See on the map over here the block that it is showing. The block I want to have shown is this one up here. And actually we don't need it so much just on the intersection, we need it over and along a little bit. Like here, I think. Oh, good. Might even come up close, jump on board. Yeah, that was fun. Not. Alright, let's run back and pick up my gear. No, don't you dare bring me this stuff. No, I already had too much of everything. No, I don't want it. Go away. No. Oh my goodness, it is slow doing this amble, even on concrete after legs. We just have to get back to our body before it vanishes. 30 UPS. My goodness, that is slow. Are we in slow motion? Probably. How many units do you have? You've got 25,000. That's quite a lot. How much do you have? 13,000. So you're going to go sooner. We would think. Are we going to get to you before you're ready to go? 8, 7, 6. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. 2, so you should be ready to go in just a moment. Heading back to the scene of our disaster. It's not there, it's not this next one. Where in fact is it? It is round about here, isn't it? I think we'll be there in plenty of time, because normally I have plenty of time to... There we go, we are just up above. Need to leave myself more of a margin of safety when I cross these tracks. And how long have we got? It's only been a minute and a half according to this. forgetting that you get a free revolver and crap ammo. That can be our monument to dying at this spot. And there we go. Things are not exactly in the right spot, but that should be okay. Right, now what exactly were we doing before that happened? I think I wanted to run down to the steel mine again, steel processing, the independent steel, and see if it was processing the way that we want it to. I'm guessing that steel and processing units are still issues in spite of my best efforts. Processing units and red circuits still are. No sign of any steel, so yes, that is the case. I will see you next time. Thanks for joining me, and bye-bye for now.